Yes, about the other night, I do want to thank some of you that were part of the kissing of the floor. It was one of the all-time. I've had an unbelievable week with, articles that were written, and but that thing on the kissing of the floor, I got texts from calls from people all over the country. That was big time, and what was cool about it for me is a lot of those documentaries, even the Magic one, The Last Dance, the Nick and Belichick and Saban, the Bill and Bill, and all those other ones that I enjoy watching and seeing something. They're about individuals. This really, other than Sean and Mateen, it wasn't about individuals, about players and people and a community and a university and how they embraced that. I thought it was one of the more well-done things. Some of you added to it. I appreciate it. As far as watching the game, I was just as upset with a lot of things, but what I wasn't upset with, we ran things well enough to have open shots. We just didn't make shots. I mean, Jaden and Tyson got to make shots. I mean, it's pretty simple, Minnesota got beat up there because two of their best shooters went 2 for 23 for 24. It's just the way it is, and I think it does speak something about us that even though we didn't make any shots, we found a way to win, and I guess that's the bottom line. And then what happens today, this is tournament time. I'm watching, interested in our women. Ohio State, the best team in the whole darn thing, and they get beat by 20 in the opening game. And so hopefully our women can come back and win, but that's why the tournament is so big. Questions?
Wondering about Indiana, because obviously they've kind of taken a little bit of an upturn here, and Ware is playing at a different kind of level.
Ware's playing at a different level. They got the Johnson kid back the last 3 games, and their forward, Mega, can't say his name, but he's getting 16 a game, playing at a different level. Completely different team than some of the ones we played, predominantly an inside-oriented team. We just got done with prominently guard-oriented teams. So, yeah, they've done a great job of turning it around. I mean, it is a good team. They've had some injuries, and they've had some things that just didn't work out right. But I said earlier, they're one of the more talented teams, those 2 guys inside. And the freshman, and Johnson's really good. And the other guard has really played well for him. Galloway, he's just been solid as a rock. He's playing 37, 38 minutes a game. He scores if they need scoring. He passes if he needs passing. He's a way better athlete than people give credit to. So, yeah, we'll have our work cut out on senior.
Exactly, because I noticed you were heavily on the bigs today to be a lot more physical.
Yeah, I think that's going to be it, and it's been such a different couple of years in that respect that so many teams, we get teams that switch 5 the other night. We have teams that double the post. We have teams that go inside. We have teams that go outside. I mean, it's really been a lot of different things that you've had to prepare for. And here's another team that we played for the first time in the last game of the year.
Feel good, the defense and rebounding, we're what, steady?
Yeah, and that's going to be important moving forward. Our defense and rebounding keeps getting better. Our offense, I think there's some things we got to do with our break. I think we've been not good. I was thinking I can't swear with you guys here, but not good. I don't think our break has been very good. I don't think we pushed it very hard. I blame all of our guys. We're not running as hard. That's what we do. The execution of the offense, I'm not sure it's great, but it's a lot better than I thought it was watching film. We had shots, we missed shots, and that's the critical part.
Kohler moved his feet on defense, got on a ball screen and led to a turnover. He's been searching for that for a year and a half, right?
Yeah, Kohler, unfortunately, guys, we started 1 center yesterday, we started 1 today, we'll start 1 tomorrow. We're just trying to give guys a chance and challenging them on who can play the hardest and who's going to want to do the most things. But here's what I told my team. Everybody's questioning, you're not getting many points inside, you're not doing this. Some of it's all true. But whoever said we were going to be great in there at the beginning of the year? We got 3 guards that were on magazine covers and were listed as high. We had a 4-man who we thought could be good, but we questioned marked. The 4-man is playing his tail off right now, in every way, rebounding, offense, defense. making free throws, getting to the free throw line a lot more. If those 3 guards can come back around, that's when I think, you know, then center by committee isn't as bad of a deal. When we're trying to get points out of them, people search when things aren't going as perfect, but people that are supposed to do their job got to do their job, and we'll be fine.
I think they're on break down there. I think it's spring break. I think you got Illinois down there.
Yeah, you know,
winter break. I mean, does that change things at all?
You know, in Indiana, I mean, as you saw here, it changes it a little bit, but our community has rallied around it. That community down there, I mean, basketball is religion, and you know, really what we're doing is, and where sometimes it really makes a difference, is people that never get to see you play all of a sudden get a chance to get a ticket, and they go bonkers, you know. So I don't know if it's spring break or not. I don't know how much difference it'll make in a school like Indiana, or I'm proud to say even ours. There are some schools that would make a big difference.
That crowd, I mean, it seemed like they were driving you guys.
Oh yeah, and how do you drive someone that can't make a basket? You know, that's why I said all year I've given our crowd a lot of credit, and they keep coming back, and then they stayed. I mean, you know, it's there aren't many things like our senior night as far as that goes, and the 15,000 people take credit for that too.
You sense these guys still have their foot on the pedal because you come into the week with some pressure, win a game. Do you sense that still? That
yeah. You know what I think? We're just putting our foot on the pedal. I think our foot's been off the pedal a little bit. I think we're just putting it back. I mean, I think they understand. You know, we had a good film session yesterday, walked through, and a little bit of practice, and then today and tonight we'll get some film in. And yeah, I did feel there was some renewed energy today, you know, and hopefully that'll continue.
When it comes to, we talked about the league's rebounding after the last game, but just what he's been able to do for you guys offensively, is this just the most efficient that he's been?
You know, you saw what Joey did at the end of last year, and you kind of hope that, you know, at the beginning of the year I said, I don't know if he can score it like Joey, but he can probably defend a little better, and the rebounding, Joey went every time. The only problem Malik has is he doesn't go every time, especially the offensive boards. Will that light a light under his keister? Maybe, because he saw what success he can have. But he's been our steadiest player. I mean, it's no big secret, but it's very important. So hopefully he'll keep it up. Those other 3 guys will raise it up. Trey's playing at a better level. You know, all 3 of those big guys. You know, some of it is hard on them and on me, because you go with a guy, well, you got to earn the right to go with, and I think that was one of the things I saw in the kiss of the floor. You know, when Draymond said, "I didn't deserve to kiss it in high school," I thought that was a really cool line, because he said, "I hadn't been through the wars, I hadn't been through the fight, I haven't earned my stripes, more or less." And that's kind of what we say all the time. You know, everybody wants what they get. And these guys got to prove who wants the job, because it's hard on them, but it's hard on us. It's hard on me, and it's hard on you guys. So hopefully somebody keeps stepping up.
You mentioned about basketball being such a religion there. How did you think X handled the emotions of going back and playing Purdue, and then how do you think he handles this? I mean, because going back to that state in particular.
Yeah, you know, I remember Gary Harris. I mean, we've had a couple guys, and I don't think, you know, the good news and the bad news. I don't think X gets overexcited about many things. So I'm not sure he gets overexcited about playing down there, and I don't think he gets over emotional. You know, it'd be a good question to ask him. But you know, for the most part, we're down 16.
So
yeah, it's not going well.
Sorry, screwed up. For the most part, I think he's got more fire under his belly and wants to get more done than I know about. Sometimes I just wish he'd share it, but because he doesn't much, I don't think he'll be I don't think he'll be so nervous that it's going to make a difference.
You feel like he's absorbing the things that you're trying to get into?
I do. I mean, you know, Book's been very coachable. I told you guys a month ago that things he told me, you know, like I wasn't ready for this, and I wasn't, you know, I always tell guys the hardest thing to do is self-evaluate. He's done a pretty good job of self-evaluating. Now, what are you going to do about it to correct it? And I've been pleased with him. I mean, I like you, want it more. I think it was Robbie Hummel last night. I watched a little bit of that Wisconsin game, and he was talking about freshmen. He said, just like freshmen all over the country, you know, they all are talking about the same thing, that it's more of a struggle. And so that's been hard on him, but I think he's handled it really well, probably way better than a lot of other people.
Anything with Jaden beyond? I mean, you've had guys go through slumps before that keep something from becoming a slump? Or?
Yeah. You know, the funny part about Jaden, I'm actually disappointed because he had some great shots, but I'm not worried about it because he does the one thing better than anybody I've had since maybe Denzel or Forbes or guys like that, where, I mean, come in here tonight, come in here tomorrow morning, Jaden Akins will be here shooting. So I got no complaints. He's one kid I say I wish he'd get what he deserves, because he's worked his tail off, and I think he will. I think he'll bounce back. He's had this happen to him a couple times. It's nothing, anything. He's not out too late. He's not screwing around. He's not missing out on workouts. So in that respect, I just can't worry about Jaden because I know he'll work his way out of it.
That rebound at the end of the game that Trey got, that seemed like that was a play that guys weren't going after maybe a month or two.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if there's been disappointments, there's always disappointments. But, you know, some of the things that are our culture, you know, like running is our culture, and we aren't running as well. And part of the reason we're not running as well is because we definitely aren't rebounding as well. And those things got to happen, you know. And so I think we've showed them enough film. I think they understand. I think we've had enough former players talk. You know, every group's a new group, but that's really important to me, and it's really important to the program, and it's really important, I think, for our success. So if we can get back to getting a little tougher, which we're making some progress, rebound a little better, we're making some progress. And yet, think of the things that we sucked at, you know. Turnovers, we were terrible at, you know. We're a lot better at turnovers. We're getting more steals. Done a better job of that. We are getting to the free throw line more than we were for that 5-6 game stretch. So hopefully all those things will start meeting us play better.
It looks like they've been turning the ball over a little more too, so you could probably maybe try to generate that.
Yeah, because turnovers lead to touchdowns, and touchdowns lead to good offense. So, and then you see the ball go through the hoop. I think that's going to be important for us. But I'm not really looking at it like we're in this big slump. I mean, I know of the two guys that need to make shots, the two of the guys that work the hardest at it. So Ty and Jaden, they'll get it done.
Appreciate it. Yeah,